Hey, it's Ray. I wanted to talk specifically to my white friends out there who are not a racist but. Many people, white people, take offense whenever minorities like myself mention the past and its correlation with the present and the future if it's just forgotten about or left alone out of fear of hurting people's feelings. I have my white friends who will say, I can't be racist, my kids are half black, or my husband's black, or my wife is Mexican or Asian, or my best friend, and so. But using that logic, then there's several slave masters, owners, murderers, who cannot be racist. There are people that say, I have been poor all my life, and I've had no better life than any other black person, which means because of all the negative things that have happened to me in my life, I'm just on the same level as black people. So stop complaining. That doesn't really make sense. You've named off every single negative thing in your life that makes you equal to black people, but you don't see why black people have an issue. Okay. Jewish people. What about the gas chambers? What about German Nazis? What about this, that, and all the deaths? What about the Africans who were the first people in those chambers? What about the eugenics movement that was still very much a part of American culture up until, I don't know, Planned Parenthood, the 50s, civil rights, everything else, gun rights, wetback laws, black codes, everything. Am I missing something? I don't know too much about Germany, but I don't think they have certain laws and things set up in place. But I'm not sure. I could be wrong because their eugenics movement was, they learned from us. So, no, I do not. I look at everything about the Nazi camps and I read and everything just as full of disgust as I read about the things that happen with slavery. The only difference is Jewish people in the world and in America, they're in an extremely different position as black people in America or all over the world. There's a big difference in the outcome of these situations that were both just as horrifying. So to come out and say, I don't see why black people are complaining whenever I'm Jewish and I don't complain, while you're sitting there being looked at as a white man or woman in society with the wealth of the average Jewish person versus the average black person. Of course you don't see it. We're too busy on vacations and getting good paying jobs and not seeing us getting overlooked for jobs or being put in prison for not being able to get a job or pay the child support or not being able to vote because we have weed charges, which we do just as equal as any other American. We're just arrested 10 times as much. Well, men, black men, and Hispanic men 3.5 to 7 times more, depending on the offense. So, for all my white, non-racist friends, I would advise not say, I don't see color and being a black racist is just as bad as a white racist. Whenever there's no groups of white people out there right now that I know of, I could be wrong, that have been affected by slavery in a negative way, like the Irish were, who are still being treated and called references based on that. I don't know too many people asking people if they're Irish, white people, so they can call them wiggers or white niggers. But I know a lot of people with tans who are called terrorists, spics, niggers, monkeys, nigger lovers for the white women who are killed more than any other minority, by the way, and by white men. But let's talk about that black on black crime, which is equal to white on white crime. No? Wait. We have a black president. Yeah, let's see. See all the things he's done for this society and versus all the things that this society is saying about him. Seems equal. We didn't have an issue with Reagan and all these other people with their black eugenics issues and black bastard baby calling selves. But now we have a black president, so forget it. No, it's not going to happen, and I'm sorry, but to my white friends, past, present, future, to tell me that the reason we're in this situation is because of the way that our men dress or the way that our men are violent after so many years of violence towards them, where they had to sit there and take it and die with shame, not being able to help their women or their children or find them, buy them. Yeah, that's just as equal as somebody calling you a cracker or saying they hate white people or calling you a racist. The fact that I don't know my last name and I know my slave owner's last name and I have to wear it, that makes me equal to you because you were born poor, right? It all makes sense. Mexicans aren't complaining like this, yeah, because wetback laws, same thing, same situation. The people who were complaining, they're out of here. Same with the Japanese, or Japanese Americans in Hawaii now. But yeah, post-racial America, fantastic. Living the dream, because I'm not a slave. Yes, you should be proud to be black in America because you're not a slave. Oh yeah, I take pride in that, sure. Should be, I'm proud to get beat half to death because I didn't die. Yeah, makes sense, right? Take pride in that. Awesome.